Harvey churning in the Gulf of Mexico and gaining strength.
This morning, Hurricane Beryl slamming into Texas, making landfall just south of Houston.
This is nothing.
You'll see the texture in the clouds toward the end of the sequence wrap it around what is now becoming almost an exposed eye.
With winter right around the corner, it's hard not to think about February's brutal storm. The storm showed different vulnerabilities and points to key challenges faced, which include things like access to water.
A raging fire at a chemical plant near Houston is still burning more than 20 hours after it began.
This after the EPA recorded high levels of benzene across the ship channel yesterday after that fire reignited.
This workshop today is the first of 3 in a series. So today we had a conversation regarding preparedness, and this information was provided by Dr. Simeon, who has a varied history as it relates to urban planning, as well as disaster and recovery.
The workshop was divided into 2 parts. You had the adults on one side and then the kids on the other. On the adult side, we taught disaster preparedness using the CAPS model, so teaching them what types of knowledge, attitude, preparedness, and skills that they need to be successful during a disaster. And then the kids had a kids version of the same exact thing.
It was great to have an audience of over 50 people today who learned a lot about preparation, how to identify when they should escalate and prepare themselves either to bunker down at home, or should they also consider actually leaving their home, and then what should they have with them to make sure that they're safe during that time.
Recuerden cuando nos pasó el huracán Harvey, a cómo nos inundamos aquí esta comunidad, que no podíamos ni salir. Nosotros logramos salir pero con el agua hasta el cuello, ya nos andábamos ahogando, pero gracias a Dios que viví para contarlo, y qué bueno ahora estas ayudas que nos están preparando para que no nos pase lo mismo, tengamos más cuidado y aprendamos más de las ayudas que nos mandan para estar preparados.
Everyone speaks to Harvey as being those once in a 1,000-year kind of floods, but directly what happened to this community with Harvey, we were not accessible by normal vehicles. So it was days before first responders could actually come into our community because of the flooding. So we have to be concerned about how do we prepare, what should we have on hand in case, and understanding also that the first responders may not be able to get to us for hours or days. So we have to be ready.
Having lived in Houston all my life, I've experienced multiple disasters. One in particular, one morning I woke up around 2 a.m., stepped out of my bed, and my ankle was covered with water. So at that moment, I was not prepared. So had to quickly gather my family and our belongings as quick as we could to get out of the house. If I would have had this workshop prior to that, I would have been more prepared and been able to have a better experience, maybe with less stress during that event.
Well, based on what we learned today is like how to react in like a disaster. Like say if like a hurricane came just like any moment right now, then we would like say if it started flooding, we would need to react in a way like if we need to evacuate, then we can have like take action based off our knowledge and evacuate.
I think that ACTS is doing some of the most important work in this area. Knowing that there's an organization that cares for you, that's doing the work outside of politics, outside of agencies that are just saying that this is what we do, this is our policy, but the people that are actually bridging the gap between the community and the policy are so important. ACTS does just that.
And we look forward to continuing this series. The next one will be on July 26th, where we'll actually be talking about recovery when we actually have a disaster, and what will you need to do as you're cleaning up your home or having to make those adjustments, and what will you need for insurance. So we're really looking forward to how we're preparing individuals, not only how to plan ahead, but then once in a disaster, what should you do? And then the final presentation will actually be on the economics of disaster. We have a lot of things that are changing in the government at this time. Will we actually have a FEMA that will come and assist and support individuals in a disaster? These are things that we may not know the answer to in August, but we at least want to prepare the community, the residents, and the community at large as to how they also can prepare themselves for this.